I first heard about WAEF, I was in high school, and it was a smaller foundation at that point. But I had heard that there were a bunch of local companies that were using a foundation, the Washington Apple Education Foundation, to give scholarships out to students who are interested in a career in the tree fruit industry. And so I applied, and I received my first scholarship through the Washington Apple Education Foundation, and it was a start to having me get through college and get back into the tree fruit industry. My experience as a WAEF recipient when I was in college, it looked different than it does now. We were a lot smaller back then. I remember the golf tournaments were really fun to be a part of, and again, they were quite a bit smaller, but it was fun to be a part of that and to just see the camaraderie in the industry and realize at that point that was something I really strive to want to do in the future, was just be a part of a great industry. And so we did that. We didn't have the scholarship luncheons back then, and there was no beyond the scholarship. And so it was very much just getting the scholarship and being at the golf tournaments to be able to talk to donors. Out of college, I took a job at Northwest Farm Credit Services, now AgWest Farm Credit, and it was really interesting because when I was growing up on a small orchard, I didn't really realize the scope and size of the tree fruit industry. I just knew that we grew apples and then took them to Allen Brothers, and they sold them through Rainier Fruit, and that was kind of it. I didn't really realize there were so many different avenues towards careers that would be benefiting and helping the tree fruit industry. And so Washington Apple Education Foundation really was the driver to show me that. And it really started at the golf tournaments, just meeting individuals who were leaders in the industry in different avenues. I now work at HR Spinner Corporation, where I sell packaging for the tree fruit industry. And I think when I was growing up, I really didn't put a lot of thought into selling boxes or the attorneys that are dealing with the tree fruit companies every day. So Washington Apple Education Foundation just really opened my eyes to the depth and size of the industry. WAEF had a major part in my education. When I was coming out of high school, it was in 2003, which was a terrible time in the industry. And I realized pretty quickly I needed to gain scholarships to be able to go to college and to go to Washington State University. And so Washington Apple Education Foundation and a few other different foundations, I received some scholarships, and that really was what got me through college, because at that time, as we all know, that we're in a downturn right now, and of interest that WAEF had and the industry had in my education and getting me back to the industry. And so when I did return to the industry at Farm Credit, I wanted to start giving back and become a volunteer, become a donor, and then also serving on the Washington Apple Education Foundation board. And it's something that I've been on the board for quite a while. I've been chairman of the board, and I continue to want to be part of this great foundation, because I know there's a lot of people just like me that needed the help and that can bring value back to the industry. So I want to continue to help students out in helping in their career path and getting them back to the Yakima Valley and the Wenatchee Valley to help out our industry. So how can you help support WAEF? Volunteer. That's the biggest thing. I think that's when I came out of college, I was making, no offense to Farm Credit, but I wasn't making very much money. And so I wasn't able to give right away, but I was able to volunteer my time. And that was a really fun process, and just to get to know what the foundation's all about. When I was in college, really, I knew about the golf tournaments and saw that those were fun and wanted to be a part of that. And then I also saw the scholarship and how many different companies were giving money to me and to other students to further our education. There's so much more now, though, and the foundation has grown so much. Now they have ways of beyond the scholarship. I wish that was more of a part of it when I was in college, where WAEF is going to the universities and making sure that all the WAEF students get to know each other. And I think that helps a lot with, especially first time. We have a lot of students that they're the first person in their family to go to college, and so there's homesickness. There's just staying on task and making sure that you find a job in that local community, and it really helps quickly for them to make friends and to feel just a sense of home. And also, at HR Spinner, we help with care packages and getting care packages out to the students. And so, I remember in college, it would have been really cool to get a box of cookies and a $5 Starbucks card to go get a coffee. That would have been cool. And so I think that's a way that anyone can help volunteer. And then, as you all know, donating. That is a huge piece, and it's something that the only way this foundation grows is more funds to be able to give out to students and to be able to do really cool things to make sure those students succeed. So when I started as a board member in 2010, I still remember going to the board meeting and just being in awe of who was on the board and how I really just wanted to listen and learn and try to learn from these great leaders of our industry. And it has been very fun to watch my career growth along with others on the board's career growth. And I think that I've learned a ton from other board members and getting to just be in their presence. And I think, if anyone ever has that opportunity, I would take it, because it's something that it's a great foundation. It's a great board group of board members. And it's done a lot for myself internally and externally, and really try to help the foundation grow. I didn't think I was going to be on the board right out of college. I was just excited to volunteer, donate, do whatever I could to help the foundation grow. I just remember looking at the board members at different events and just being in awe of just what type of leaders they were in this industry. And I can think of Miles Cole, Peter Verbrugge, Dan Plath, and many, many others before and after them that I just thought that there was nothing that I'd be able to provide that they couldn't. And I remember when I did get on the board, it was fun to be able to listen to them and learn from them and really realize that each board member, past and present, has given so much of their time and effort and made the foundation what it is today. And it's fun now that I'm a little bit older and have served on the board for quite a while. It's fun to be able to help the younger board members on giving some history of the foundation and just help directing the future of the foundation.